Hello. I hope the connection stays because I'm having some internet issues right now, so fingers crossed this will work. Yeah, I'm hoping this is gonna work. Let's hope. So if you're here, send a message in the chat and we will get started in a minute, I guess. Obviously, I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to join as it's literally just gone 5 o'clock. But this week, I'm going to be answering all your questions about university. I've got some saved that I had obviously been sent in previously. And then obviously at the end of the episode, as we started calling them, if you think of anything that hasn't been answered, then you can obviously ask them and I will do my best to answer. So yeah, this is going to be all about university, about applying, so if you're in year 12 right now or year 13 even, if you've changed your mind, personal statements, and then also I've got things about how to choose university, how to choose a course, all that sort of stuff. And then I'm also going to talk to you about university itself in general and my experience with applying and everything like that. So yeah, hopefully you can watch this now and then also you can come back to it at a later stage or whenever you need to. I have obviously done a full video on my channel about university, but again, this is live, so if things haven't been answered before, we can do that. So I'm going to get started, I think, just because that's going to be easier. I just want to make sure I can see the live chat come through as it does, so I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, we'll start off with the questions I received on Instagram. So the first one is from Kaylee CK _ and she said, how does money for accommodation work? So in terms of money for accommodation, a lot of it is paid with the maintenance loan, which you apply for by May. Once you've found your university choice, you can obviously apply for that, and yeah, the amount of money you get obviously depends on your household income, so it ranges anywhere from £4,200 something to about £9,000. So yeah, you just apply for that and then you pretty much will pay for accommodation with that or your own money or anything like that. My accommodation works, I have to pay it termly, so 3 payments a year, and I think it works out, it's £172 a week, and then like I said, you pay it termly, so it is a lot of money to pay in one go. But yeah, fingers crossed I get the accommodation I want. I won't know until the 20th of August, I think Bristol said, which is fair enough. Izzy Wardell _ asked, what should I do when there are 2 unis that I like? How do I choose one? So I'd say the 3 things you really need to think about here are the location, the course, and kind of just the whole like student vibe in general. You know, do you want to go to a uni that's in the city or in a campus? Because obviously a campus-based uni is going to have just students there, whereas a city-based uni, you're obviously integrated. Again, you need to think of the location. Which one do you feel more at home at? Which one do you think's got better facilities? You know, things like shops, supermarkets, bars, clubs, pubs, all that kind of stuff, like everything you want. Does it have a gym if you want that, you know? And then the third thing, like I said, is you need to look at the course, like which course do you think is more interesting? Obviously, they might be very similar, as I'm sure a lot of courses are, but if there's something particular at one university and the other one doesn't offer that, then think about which one you'd prefer. So for instance, I was deciding between Bristol and Manchester, and Bristol's criminology course is quite sociology and psychology based and very social policy based, as it is within the social policy studies or policy studies really department, whereas at Manchester it was much more law based and prison based, and then it was also integrating itself into the sociology department and moving out of the law department. So that's what I would say is something you've obviously got to think about when trying to decide between the 2. So Georgia.hxn asked, what are your 5 choices, or what were your 5 choices, and where do you apply and get offers from? So my 5 choices were Cambridge, Manchester, Bristol, Bath and Surrey. I also went to look at Exeter. I've also obviously been to Sussex and Brighton University numerous times. I've been on taster courses because they're my local ones. And I think that was it really. Yeah, I went to look at Exeter. I think that was it. Basically, I applied to the 5 and then I got offers back from Bristol, Manchester, Bath and Surrey very quickly. It's obviously, that's how it worked. I was applying in September as well, you have to remember. So like my Bristol offer came back within a week of me applying because it was early applicants. And then Cambridge, I went through the admissions test stage, I went through the interview stage, I got put in the pool, which means basically your college can't take you, but they think you're a good enough candidate, so they say if somewhere else can take you. And then sadly I was rejected after that. So I got offers from 4 out of my 5 choices, and to be honest, Cambridge was one of those ones that you either knew you were going to get or you didn't, and I didn't have a clue. But it's fine. So I firmed Bristol. I don't have an insurance because Bristol is my lowest offer. I got a contextual offer because my college for some reason was on some list that entitled to it, which no one really understands at the college because it's in like the top 5% or 1% of the country or whatever. But yeah, my offer then from Bristol was BBC, which is absolutely lovely. I'm just sitting here very comfortably on that. But it also meant I didn't need an insurance. Like I could have put Manchester down as my insurance, but there wouldn't have been any point because if for whatever reason I didn't get those grades, then there would be no chance I get into the insurance. So yeah. Ellie Chatfield asked, do you have any worries about uni? I think the main worry is obviously I'm just living away from home for the first time, and you know, if you have had a bad day at college or whatever, at least you can just come home and shut your door and you don't have to see those people, whereas at university you're obviously living with other people, other students. So yeah, I guess my main worry is obviously just moving away from home, being independent properly for the first time, doing all my cooking and my cleaning and my washing, and not like having someone necessarily to rely on if something goes wrong, I guess. That's kind of my biggest worry, but I'm sure everyone I've spoken to who's gone to uni has been fine by the end of it, so fingers crossed. Marnie Camping Harris asked, which uni are you going to? How did you choose it? So like I mentioned, I'm going to Bristol. And I guess kind of what drew me to it at the end of it was I knew I wanted a city uni. And after being rejected from Cambridge, it was between Bristol and Manchester, because as much as I loved Bath and Surrey and their courses, because they both offered work placements, they were campus-based, and that just didn't really appeal to me in the end. I think by the time I'd gone around and looked at all the universities, I kind of gathered and yeah, just decided a campus is not for me, but a city is. So yeah, I chose Bristol in the end, and I think the reason for that was I really liked the criminology course. I also liked you could do it with quantitative research methods, which a lot of places didn't offer. So it means I'm also learning those kind of skills. I'm using some math skills, some statistics, and you know, it's not just all essay based. And I also think just the city in general, I felt quite at home. I think everyone has said how much Bristol and Brighton can be compared, and they're quite similar, and I've always heard good things about Bristol anyway. It's quite highly ranked for my course, and yeah, I guess in the end I just looked at, I liked the accommodation, I liked the city, so that's why I went for it. I think what drew me to Bristol over Manchester, because Bristol's about a 3.5 hour drive, and Manchester, it's meant to be about 4 hours, it took us like 5, but I think when I went to Manchester, I just didn't like the city as much as, you know, everyone raves about it. I think where the uni was and then where the actual main city was, I think it was quite spread out, and the accommodation I looked at was very far out of the city and it wasn't that great, the area. So yeah, as much as Manchester would have saved me a lot of money in terms of living costs, obviously to travel home would have been very expensive, and yeah, I just thought, you know what, I'd rather spend a bit more money and know I'm going to be a bit happier somewhere else. So Emma Cotton asked, how do you pick a uni? I've kind of obviously already addressed that. I said you need to look at the location, the course, campus versus city, and facilities. You know, if you're quite a sporty person, you're obviously going to want somewhere with good sports facilities. So I would actually recommend Bath for that, because their sports facilities were absolutely incredible. And obviously I know Loughborough is known for that as well. So yeah, just make a list of the things that you kind of require, the things you want. And then you can obviously start finding those online. There's loads of websites out there that will do that for you. Alice.peplo asked, what are you studying at uni? Like I said, I'm doing criminology with quantitative research methods. So it's a 3-year course. It does give you the option to do a 4th year, which is a master's. I also got the option to do a study abroad, but it means I can't do the research methods. So I've decided I'd rather do the research methods, especially now, because who knows if a year abroad would even happen. But it also means that in the summer between my 2nd and 3rd year, I can go and do an 8-week internship at a load of different places as part of the Q-Step initiative, which obviously really appeals to me, and it was something I did look at a lot of universities. I know Manchester offer that as well. Now I've got a couple of questions. Last Instagram question at x_Shona_Megan_X asks, how do you know if a course is right for you? I honestly don't know. Like, I'm just hoping. I think you will know if there's something on the list, because when you go to the open days, I understand probably can't right now, but either way, you should be able to see everything like you can study and modules. And I know with Bristol and Bath, I remember at the open day someone telling me there's a website and I can't remember the name of it, but if you type in your course and then you put like modules at the end of it, you should be brought up to a page where basically students obviously select their modules, but you can see what's available. And that's really useful because if there's things on there that you like the sound of, you like the look of, and obviously you can read into it, and the kind of books or materials that are required for that anyway, then I think you can definitely find out if the course is right for you. But I honestly think it's just a bit of a guessing game, and you probably won't know until you're there if it's right for you. I think it's the same with anything, you know, with A-levels, GCSEs, if you're taking options, especially like when I did A-levels, I'd never done sociology in my life, had no clue if it would be right for me. And it worked out pretty well. So yeah, like I said, I think you just got to wait and see. And there's so much time to change your mind, and there's flexibility, of course. So I've got a couple of questions from YouTube, and then I will take to you guys in the chat if you've got anything else. So Abby R said, should you choose a uni based on the location and nightlife or its ranking? I think this just depends on the kind of person you are. If you're someone who likes to look at your league tables and you like to see where the uni's positioned, what reputation it has, what kind of awards it's received, you know, there's things that are like a TEF, which is teaching excellence, something like that, in a gold, silver, bronze, then obviously you choose the uni over that. But I think at the end of the day, it's got to be a balance. So, you know, I've always heard Bristol, Manchester, Leeds, all those kind of places have a really good nightlife, but they're also ranked pretty well as well. So I just think that's something you've got to look at. You need to decide, what do you want to get out of uni? Do you want to go somewhere that's extremely prestige and got really good reputation, or do you want to go somewhere where it may not have the best ranking for whatever reason, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a good time and you're going to come out with a degree. Like either, no matter where you go, you will come out with a degree. And you can also come out saying you've had a good time. So, you know, I think it's a personal decision and you can find a balance very easily anyway. Susanna Emily said, do Russell Group's unis deserve the prestige? I think this is a tough one because I, for years, was like, oh, I'm only going to Russell Group. Then I started looking at unis and I realised, actually, this one's really good. Like Bath, for example. Bath is not a Russell Group, yet it's ranked higher than a lot of Russell Group unis, which is quite ironic. So I don't think they need the prestige anymore. It's literally just a group and they get a bit of funding and they help each other out. But there are other groups of universities which are literally the same thing. So I don't think they really need the prestige. Obviously you've got Oxford and Cambridge, which are Russell Group, and St Andrews and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think anymore it's that like essential. I think back in the day, and to be honest, like employers aren't looking to see you've gone to a Russell Group uni anymore. They're more looking at the fact you have a degree. I remember when I was applying to Cambridge, one of the students who had got in and went to my college, she came back and she helped us out with our personal statements. And she said to me, she has never been asked once where her degree came from. They literally just asked her, do you have a degree? What's it in? And she said, yeah. She said she's been to interviews and people who haven't gone to Oxford or Cambridge have actually got the job over someone who did. So, you know, again, with these Russell Groups, I don't think you need to worry about that anymore. And the last question is from Floral Life, and she asked, are you worried about losing contact with your current friends? Part of me is, just because I know everyone's lifestyles can be different. So I've got friends who are going off to university. I've got one of my best friends actually going to Bristol with me, fingers crossed anyway, so that will be nice. And I've got a friend going to Reading and Kent and, you know, like still places that are kind of like local. But then I've also got friends who aren't going to university at all and they're staying at home and they're doing either a gap year or they're continuing to work or whatever it is. So, you know, I hope I stay in contact with them. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because you don't see them every day, but actually a lot of my closest friends I don't see every day as it is. I didn't go to college with them or whatever. So, you know, if we've already maintained that for 2 years, I'm pretty sure we can do it for a lot longer anyway. So they are all the questions I have saved. So if you do have any other questions that I've not answered, feel free to send them in now. If you've got any comments you want to make, feel free to send those in, because I obviously don't want to just end this straight away. I feel like I've not talked much about personal statements or anything, so like I said, if you've got any questions at all or any feedback or anything like that, just send it in now. I'll just wait to see if anyone does. I don't actually know how many people are watching this right now, so this is the first time I'm streaming on my phone, so I'm hoping this is better than the laptop, because obviously the past 2 weeks I've done this, I was on the laptop and the quality wasn't the greatest, so I thought I'd try it on the iPhone this evening, but I have got it up on my laptop so I can see comments coming through. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Thank you, Nina, for watching the advert, that's much appreciated. Thank you, Imogen. I'm glad you're loving this series. Next week is going to be on relationships and friendships. So yeah, I will put up in the community tab on YouTube a post. I think there's already one there you can go and add stuff to, and I'll also put a post on Instagram. Probably sometime this week asking for questions, because I have got quite a few saved, but obviously, or leave them in the comment section on this video actually, not the live chat, in the comment section, whatever's better for you. So yeah, is it scary going to university? Well, Paige, I haven't actually gone. Yeah, I'm going in September. I got confirmation to say that we start on the 28th, but that, well, we like move in that kind of weekend and stuff. And then term officially starts on the 5th of October now, which is later because initially it was the 21st. You know, it's all been moved around. But yeah, I don't know. But when I get there, I'll let you know if it's scary or not. Emily Katrina asks, have you started uni shopping or planning yet? I'm currently in the same position as you, hoping to study education with psychology at Lincoln. Will you do a haul also? Well, first of all, that sounds really exciting, actually, doing psychology and education. That sounds good. No, I've not done any uni shopping. I think if circumstances were different, because if we'd actually sat exams and everything, it would have been a lot different. I probably would have bought stuff by now. I would have gone to IKEA. But to be honest, I've always said I think I'll just wait till results day, because I don't know what I'm going to need in terms of my room. You know, I don't know if I've got a single bed, a double bed, because I don't know what accommodation I've got or anything. Obviously, I know I'm going to need stuff for a kitchen and that. But yeah, I obviously will do a massive haul. I am planning to go to IKEA and do a big shop there. But again, like I said, I just want to wait until results day, know that I'm in, that I'm definitely going, because there was a part of me that was like, oh, maybe I take a gap year, but I can't bother to do that now. Things are actually looking up. So yeah, when I buy all my stuff, I will do a haul for you. Nina, hello. How sad are you about doing clubbing? Oh, about no clubbing out of 10. Pretty sad, maybe like a 7. I don't know, because I've never been clubbing, because I turned 18 in January, and then I went out to a lot of pubs and that in February, because then by that time, like, me and my closest friends were like 18 and that. And then in March we were meant to go clubbing, and the weekend we were going was when the school shut. And so we looked at it, we were like, maybe it's not worth the risk. I mean, in the back of my head it was telling me, just go, it'll be worth it. But yeah, we didn't go out that weekend, and I'm glad we didn't now looking at it, because lockdown happened on the Monday. But yeah, I'm pretty sad. I mean, I'm hoping they open up, because I've bought a ticket. So, sorry. Yeah, I've bought a ticket for one event, but that gets refunded anyway. But, you know, to be honest, put me in a pub and I'm pretty happy. So yeah, Nina, you've got the right idea. Don't buy anything just in case. I mean, you will get in, but I'm a 1 out of 10. Well, yeah, I mean, I might change my mind once I've been clubbing, but I feel like that's Freshers Week culture. I think Freshers Week will definitely be a little bit different this year, I guess. I'm loving these comments coming through. Thank you so much. So, does anyone have any final questions about applying to university? You know, because I didn't realise you had to pay for that, and you have to pay, which I think is a bit of a cheek, but that's life, isn't it? You get scammed out of everything. Nothing is free these days, is it? But yeah, what I'm going to do after this video ends is I'll leave a link down below to my university Q&A that I uploaded, must have been quite a few weeks ago now, where I obviously talked about a lot of things in there. And I'm also going to leave a link down below for my personal statements video, because that took me hours. Like, it must have taken me about 10 hours, because I gathered together Obviously, I film videos, I gather together videos from YouTubers, from my friends, I did animations, all sorts. So if you have not seen that, please view it, because that just took me ages. I know it's like a 40-minute video, but there's so many timestamps in there that you can just watch what you need to. But yeah, that absolutely took me ages, and it's kind of hoping it did a little bit better than it did. So like I said, if you haven't seen it, please do just go and support it. But I'll leave that link down below, and my university Q&A as well. So hopefully that would be good. Oh, comment. Do you feel like Bristol has put enough thought into Freshers Week this year? Lincoln have put the start date back to allow us to have an on-campus experience and have many safe events. I actually don't really know what they've got planned. We've just been told it's called Induction Week, and that'll be from the 28th of September, and some of it's going to be online, and the student union are organising stuff. So I don't know how much of it's even going to be in person, to be honest with you. I think they are kind of waiting until end of August, September time, because I don't think they have a clue at the moment what they want to do, how it's all going to work. So I hope they put in some effort, and maybe at a later date in the year they still do some more traditional events, because obviously things like that can't go ahead right now. But I'm hoping they do put some proper effort into it and try and make it as normal as possible, because that's the one thing I think a lot of people are worried about, that this year isn't going to be normal. It's not going to be a traditional university start, because I don't know how many societies can even run, you know, all those things that you kind of associate with university, like how many of them can actually go ahead. So yeah, I just hope they put enough thought and effort into it, but I will let you know. I'm planning on trying to do some vlogs that kind of week, or you know, just doing regular updates about university, because I think that's what is needed. So yeah, if no one's got any more questions, I will probably end this here, so I don't want to make this too long. So thank you so much if you've been here since the start of the video. That honestly means a lot. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel and this is the first thing you're watching, feel free to subscribe down below. I'm doing live streams every Wednesday, and then I'm trying to upload regularly on a Saturday. I'm going to try and get a video up for this Saturday once I filmed it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Like I said, next week is going to be about relationships and friendships. So if you have any questions you want to send in, then feel free to leave in the comment section down below. Or I will put a post up on Instagram, because I know some people want things to be anonymous, and I've really saved those. I've got things saved that are public and anonymously. People obviously told me their preference. So like I said, if you want to be involved in that next week, then leave a comment down below or on Instagram. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy and that your questions got answered, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!